Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's GTA 5 video, we need to talk about some great news for the next generation, expanded and enhanced PS5 and Xbox Series X version of Grand Theft Auto 5, because we actually got some news from Rockstar Games CEO, or I should say Take-Two Interactive CEO, who's the parent company of Rockstar Games, Strauss Zelnick. He actually talked about the next generation version of GTA 5. Basically telling people to get excited for it and that it will be more than just a simple port, which is really good news because we have not heard really anything from Rockstar regarding this. I mean, other than the initial announcement they made, which was back in last June, where they basically told us that the expanded and enhanced version was a thing. They said we were going to be getting a standalone version of Grand Theft Auto Online with graphical advancements and technical improvements. But other than that, we really haven't heard anything at all from Rockstar. In fact, we've actually heard more from Take-Two Interactive on their various investor calls, talking about how they're very excited for it and they know that Rockstar is going to be doing a very good job with everything. But as far as getting more details, that would be a negative. We have not heard anything yet. And the only thing we know is that it is still on schedule, at least as of now, to be released in the second half of 2021. And again, it's set to feature new enhancements to the visuals, expand upon the game, and Take-Two Interactive, which again is the parent company of Rockstar Games, has actually shed some light on the port, speaking at the Morgan Stanley Technology Media and Telecom Conference on Wednesday. So this was actually first reported by the guys at VGC. I'll be sure to leave a link to that in the description. And they reported earlier this week that Take-Two CEO of the company, Strauss Zelnick, speaking at the conference, illustrated that Take-Two has no interest in publishing a half-axed remaster port and explains how their studio labels are putting a lot of time into making the best possible experience here. So he ended up saying this: "I'm not sure they'll be a bigger part of the strategy. Remastering has always been a part of the strategy. We've done differently than the competition. We don't just port titles over. We actually take the time to do the very best job we can, making the title different for the new release, for the new technology that we're launching it on. It was a standard bearer when it was launched. It continued to be the standard bearer in the second generation. We'll see how Grand Theft Auto does in the next generation. Obviously, I'm confident that Rockstar is going to deliver just a great experience, but you can't do that if you're just doing a simple port." So I would honestly take that as good news. Strauss Zelnick, obviously extremely confident in the team at Rockstar, and he says that there's no way that Grand Theft Auto can continue to be the standard bearer if Rockstar just puts out a simple port. He says there's no way that that will be the case. So I see this as very good news, and that this is going to be more than just like some technical advancements and graphical upgrades. I really do think Rockstar is going to transform GTA 5 here. Now, what that means is it putting it on an updated version of the Rage engine, like what we have with Red Dead Redemption 2. Is it going to feature so much exclusive content that it's almost going to make you buy the new version of the game in order to enjoy all that is new? At this point, he didn't really go into a ton of details, but based off of what Rockstar did from Xbox 360 to Xbox One and PS3 to PS4, I would imagine Rockstar would want to do something bigger and better than that, because when those titles came out for PS4 and Xbox One, they didn't label it as expanded and enhanced. It was just GTA 5 for the next generation. So I really do believe it's going to be even better than that. And that version came with graphical upgrades, faster loading time, story mode expansions. It obviously ended up getting exclusive content for GTA Online once it was actually available in the game. So there's a lot of things that I'm really, really excited for here. Now, unfortunately, that's really all that he had to say. Hopefully, Rockstar will have some news of their own to share in the coming weeks and months, because there's a lot of speculation going on in the GTA community. It's actually hoped that Rockstar will transition to Red Dead Redemption 2's version of the Rage engine to step up the visuals, and I'm sure they've got a lot of other tricks up their sleeve. Now, there was like a handful of other things that Strauss Zelnick did end up saying. So on GTA 5's upcoming next-gen version, Zelnick did say he was confident the remaster would deliver a strong experience for players because he said, "We've done great with the Mafia series, for example, and Grand Theft Auto 5 is now heading into its third generation, which is incredible." So in case you guys don't know, Take-Two Interactive also owns the Mafia franchise, which I would say is similar to Grand Theft Auto, sort of that open world experience, just sort of set in a different era. So Take-Two Interactive does have a nice history of remastering titles, and it would be nice to see if they were able to successfully do that here with GTA 5. And we also know that Strauss Zelnick is kind of inclined to stuff like this because remember, during Take-Two Interactive's third quarter earnings call back in February, he offered a non-committal response when asked about the potential for remastering old Grand Theft Auto games. In a Q&A session, an analyst suggested that it was likely a significant portion of GTA 5 players might not have never played the earlier games in the series, and given the huge appetite for Grand Theft Auto content, he asked for Strauss Zelnick's perspective on future remasters, where he said, "It's a great and encouraging question. I'm kind of inclined to leave it more as a statement than a question, and any updates on our release schedule will come from Rockstar Games." So Strauss Zelnick is sort of a master of just like whetting people's appetite a little bit, but not exactly telling us what is going on. And that's exactly, honestly, what happened here. He basically just said he's excited for what's coming up. Rockstar Games has a great history, but I think with remasters in general, Strauss Zelnick is very, very anxious to get this one out the door because this wouldn't be the first time in which he's gone out of his way to sort of talk about stuff like this, which is really, really exciting. And regarding it not being a simple port, he says, "We improve the technology, we upgrade the visuals, and we make performance enhancements. And that's why I think our remasters titles typically do so well." So again, he really hasn't gone out of his way to say anything new or exciting there, but it is more than just a simple port because that's what the backwards compatibility version is right now. Like if you want to play GTA 5 on a PlayStation 5 or an Xbox Series X, there's backwards compatibility for both. But there's not anything new. There's not any improvements, enhancements, upgrades, etc. So that's why I'm really excited about this expanded and enhanced version. But we still haven't gotten any official information from Rockstar. So it's kind of hard to get too excited because at the end of the day, we know so little and we're kind of approaching like a year now since we really heard anything from Rockstar on this subject. So I would, of course, love to hear from you guys in the comments down below. What do you think Rockstar Games is up to here with the expanded and enhanced version? Do you think they've got something up their sleeves that we're going to hear about in the next couple of weeks and months? Let me know what you guys are thinking about in those comments down below. I would love to hear from you guys down there. If you guys did go to enjoy this video, though, a like rating would, of course, be awesome. And be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new. You want to stay up to date on all the latest GTA and Red Dead Redemption videos that I'm doing here on my channel. Be sure to ring that notification bell as well. Sometimes YouTube just doesn't work, and if you ring that bell, you'll always be guaranteed to be notified when new videos arrive. But of course, as always, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Take care. I'll see you guys in the next video.